I'm going to ask you a series of control questions. Are you human?
My body is.
Are you aware of an impending attack on the planet Earth?
You should let me go.
I'm Matt, he's Matt, and we got your geek news right here.
And this week, it's a preview of the remake of the 1951 sci-fi classic, The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Now, this is one of the most treasured science fiction stories of all time, so a remake is going to be a little tricky.
There's no denying the visual improvements that this one has over the original, but War of the Worlds looked good too.
Yeah, well, in this updated remake, there are key changes with more modern interpersonal type of relationships.
And with the cast in this one, we've got Keanu Reeves, Jennifer Connelly, Kathy Bates, and Jaden Smith.
Yeah, he's so cute.
We've got high hopes.
On top of that, this has the same director that brought us The Exorcism of Emily Rose, which we all know we find really freaky.
Yeah, we know this guy can get under our skin for sure.
Go. No one else. What do I do?
Its blood is red. It must have hemoglobin.
Start the drip.
It doesn't have any veins. It's going into cardiac arrest.
Get in there
Defib
now. Go.
Fire!
Our take on it was just that, you know, taking your idea of looking from the outside and looking at this planet and the species that's on it that's, you know, endangering its existence.
It's one of the most attractive features of the original and definitely one of the reasons why I was interested in making the movie. It's a really marvelous concept to be able to watch a film unfold sort of through the eyes of an alien perspective that's trying to assimilate what human beings are like and make a value judgment about who we are.
Why are people running? We should stay and fight.
They didn't come here to hurt us.
Well, we should kill them anyway, just to make sure.
Don't say that.
That's what Dad would have done.
I think he would have looked for a different way.
He would have fought.
I like to think I knew him pretty well.
I knew him too, longer than you. What do you think?
Of what?
Should people run, or should we stay and fight?
Neither.
What should we do then?
There's nothing you can do.
It does have a kind of macro point of view, and then as he kind of comes into it, he's denied access to world leaders, but he ends up having a relationship and relationships. And through those relationships, he comes to see another side of them.
Scott Derrickson, the director, really employed the relationship with Jacob, with her son, in a different way than was employed in the original film. In our version, there's a little bit more discord. He's lost his father. It's a sort of a complicated relationship. And it sort of serves as a bit of a microcosm that Klaatu gets to observe as he's trying to understand humans and what they're capable of and whether they can resolve conflict together.
Both of you, hands on the car right now. Get the kid out of the car. I'm not going to tell you again. Hands on the car.
Please don't hurt him.
Not going to hurt him.
Wasn't talking to you.
If you've not seen the 1951 original, then the ads don't really betray too much of the plot.
No, we know that there's at least one alien and some seriously high stakes, but what they are, we don't know.
Yeah, so if you'd like to have no idea, then skip this part of the preview. The spoiler line's under there, so when that's done, you can come back to watching.
I play an alien entity named Klaatu who comes to Earth to, I guess, to judge. The planet has reached, from our point of view, a kind of crisis point where the life of the planet is at stake and the humans are killing it. So I've kind of come down to judge them, to see if the problem needs to be removed.
Can you explain any of this?
I've been sent here to determine who or what you represent.
I represent a group of civilizations.
What were you before you were human?
It would only frighten you.
Why have you come to our planet?
Your planet?
Yes, this is our planet.
No, it is not.
I got to play the Secretary of Defense. So at the very beginning of the film, they take over one of our defense satellites. So we view that as an attack. And that also means that they've hacked into our entire defense system and that they know everything about us. They know how to disarm us. So that's a very scary position for us to be in, and that's why we mobilize as quickly as we do.
I need to know what's happening.
This planet is dying. The human race is killing it.
So you've come here to help us?
No, I didn't.
You said you came to save us.
I said I came to save the Earth. We can't risk the survival of this planet for the sake of one species.
What are you saying?
If the Earth dies, you die. If you die, the Earth survives.
Now, sci-fi has always been a lens to see our own problems through and make us think about ourselves, you know?
And Star Trek was able to do that. They could squeeze amazingly hot topics in the 60s, and then, you know, the censors wouldn't notice, but the moral of the story was still intact for viewers.
Yeah, now, the first Day the Earth Stood Still was relevant in the 50s, and with the modern thoughts on, you know, climate crisis and, you know, environmental sustainability, it's even more so for today, so.
Al Gore would be proud.
Yep, an inconvenient invasion.
I think that that's one of the things that the original film did, and I hope our film does as well, is that it has a lot to say. It's just hidden under allegories in certain senses, aliens and all of this stuff. They're essentially stand-ins for what we don't know. There's a tremendous value in telling a story through that device.
It sort of gives a different perspective on where we are as a civilization and how we are with each other, how we are on the planet, and raises questions as to whether it is acceptable or sustainable.
We are looking forward to this one. If it goes War of the Worlds on us, we will be pretty disappointed.
Hopefully it doesn't. And actually, we'll be away from the studio on our Christmas vacation when this movie comes out. But if we could do a review on it on the road, say, you know, while we're on a boat or something.
It would be pretty cool. And the same goes for The Spirit. So we'll be reviewing that one, but ideally from some mysterious location. And we'll talk to you guys then.